Hello, today I'm gonna read part 2 of this book that's called The Jaws of Death. And I don't know where I am just now. I think I am at chapter 4 or chapter 3. I'm chapter 4, I think. Okay. I'm at chapter 4, so I'm gonna read this book to chapter 4 to chapter to all if I can. But if I can't, I'm gonna read to chapter 6 and do next time. I'm gonna do next time the other. Okay? So now I'm gonna read. Okay? Chapter 4: Dragon of the Deep. The genie, who was only young as it turned out, went with him, and they set off together for the Black River. But when they got there, Kwans-Su's bravery was put to test yet again. For what did he see but a great stretch of roaring water as black as ink reaching out in front of him for as far as the eye could see. On a rock in the middle of the river, just as the genie had said, sat a mighty dragon breathing fire, and if the monster Kwans-Su had come up against before, he had been frightening. This one could strike terror into even the bravest of souls. "What shall I do?" muttered the young warrior. I caught a cold shiver of fear running down his spine. The sea will make the river shrink, but I still won't be able to cross, for the dragon will remain looking after its rock. Just at that moment, the monster lashed its mighty tail, which shot past the boy, missing his head by less than an inch. Kwans-Su gasped in horror, but when the dragon still returned to the rock, the boy now said that the end of it was resting in the water. "Be strong," Kwans-Su told himself. "Be brave," and he closed his eyes for a second. Look, it's very creepy for me. I saw Ling live there before him. "Be strong and brave for the girl you love." He pulled out the box of red seeds she'd given him and tossed the fourth one into the rushing water. In an instant, river dried up, leaving only a shallow stream running through the grass at their feet. Only a shallow stream running through the grass at their feet. And when he looked to see what had become of the dragon, it seemed to have gone. Only when he had the genie up to the rock in the middle of what had been the mighty river, did they see that there, still sitting on it, was a tiny dragonfly glittering in the sun. "That was lucky, boy," cried the young genie. "Not lucky," replied Kwans-Su with a shake of the head. "It was magic, the magic of the seeds." The young genie was puzzled. "Show me this magic you speak of, for I've seen nothing like it before." Kwans-Su handed over the little box, which looked tiny in the hand of an enormous genie. "Where did this magic come from?" boomed the mighty one. Opened the box and, squinting at the seeds, I thought only genie had magic powers." Kwans-Su told him, and the genie nodded tearfully. "I will help you in your quest, boy," he vowed. "For I even thought you were only a feeble little human, and I'm very impressed by your magic and how brave you are. But if you want a jade, a pistol, and mortar, you will have to climb Mount Fummy with me," he said, pointing to the highest mountain, brushing the clouds with its peak. "Are you strong enough to get all the way to the top?" "I'm brave enough to try," said the boy. Chapter 5, The Sea of Gels. It was a long, hard climb through a day and a night, and there were many times when Kwans-Su thought he'd never make it, but the young genie helped him when he needed it most. At last together they reached the top of the great mountain, and there by the light of the rising sun, Kwans-Su found 8 genies, each older and more powerful than the first. Each was sitting on his own snow-covered peak looking. What? I do not know. Look. Down on the fabulous Sea of Gels, which reached out below them on the other side. Each had a long white beard growing all the way down from his enormous grizzled head to his crooked feet. Each was bare-chested, despite their bitter cold, and each had muscles like snakes rippling through his massive body. Kwans-Su started, and the beautiful sea below, flashing in the sun with every color of the rainbow. He forgot all about the pestle and mortar he had come to collect as he watched the waves rippling on the shore, washing up all kinds of ginormous diamonds and rubies and sapphires and pearls. Every single pebble was a precious stone, and the young wanted very much to go down to the shores of the beautiful lake and fill his pocket with them. Somebody rang with on telephone. I don't know who. So is it all right if it rang you hears? Okay. So you wonder why. The young genie who had been his guide told the others why Kwans-Su had come and all about the wonderful red and white seeds that he carried with him. "This boy has special powers," he told them. "We must allow him to have the very last pestle and mortar, or he will not give us our rivers back." The older genie knew that their younger friend was right, for it was the power of those 4 great rivers that stopped any human from ever reaching the Sea of Gels and stealing away their treasures. They were angry, for they didn't like the idea of a weak little human and a few tiny seeds having greater power than them. Let him have them. Then boomed one with a voice that was like the rumble of thunder among the hills. "If he can carry them." And all 8 of the mighty genie held their massive bells. They laughed and laughed until the snow-clad peaks shocked them. For it turned out that all the human-sized pestle and mortars had already been used up, that the only mortar left was bigger than a man, and the last remaining pestle was so heavy that no human could ever hope to lift it. Chapter 6, The Last Red Sea. I'm gonna read the book all. So I'm gonna read the book all, okay? I'm gonna read the book all if you want. So I'm not gonna read the book now. I'm sorry. I agreed I said I'm gonna read chapter 6. I'm gonna read chapter 6. A moment. I'm gonna read chapter 6 now. Okay. Part 3. Okay. Bye bye.